Welcome back to Rolling with BJ. Tonight we're going to do some smothered potatoes with some flavor. Okay. Now, these are not your ordinary smothered potatoes. We're going to add some really good seasoning and pep these smothered potatoes up. And then we're going to give them a heck of a name. Already got a name planned out for them. So stay tuned. Okay. We have our diced potatoes right here. This is about 8 or 9 potatoes, just regular russet white potatoes. I cut them up. I got them soaking in some cold water, and we have some cilantro, we have onion, we have green onion, and we have garlic. We're gonna hook these potatoes up, and here's the seasonings we're gonna use: accent salt, seasoned salt, garlic powder, parsley flakes, and black pepper. We're going to first put some oil in the pan and brown these potatoes a little. I'll be right back. We're going to cut this fire on medium high. And we're going to use about 2 capfuls of vegetable oil. Let's see. Maybe 1.5 cups. Just regular vegetable oil. We're going to let this oil get hot, and then we'll be back to smother these potatoes. Okay, now that the oil is hot, you can cut it down to medium low. Or just on medium. And you want to slowly just start adding the potatoes. You want to get all the potatoes in there, and then you just want to flip them in about 3 minutes. Let them cook on each side for about 2 to 3 minutes, just so they can get softened and start browning. Okay, so I'm going to put all these potatoes in, and once I get them brown, I'll come back and show you what they look like. Okay, so just make sure all your potatoes are saturated with the oil. If they start to stick to the type of pan that you have them in, just add a little bit more oil. I'm probably going to add a tiny bit of oil to mine. You don't want them to stick. You just want them to, but you don't want a whole bunch of oil in here either. So I'm probably going to add a 1/2 cup of oil just to keep them from sticking. And I'm probably going to use a different spatula as well. But for now, this is what I'm using just to get the oil going all over the potatoes. And then eventually I'm going to cover them up. So I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of oil, and then I'm going to cover them up for about 10 minutes. And I'll be back. Okay, in between the 10 minutes, which has been about 5 minutes, in between the 10 minutes, you want to check them to make sure they're not sticking. As you can see, I changed spatulas. And you don't want to, just want to keep moving them around, but you don't want to do too much to them because you don't want them to turn mushy. You want to stay whole. So I'm going to cover them back up. I just wanted to check on them. Okay, so I'm going to keep them covered for another 5 minutes and I'll come back and check on them again. Okay, let's check on them. It still haven't been 10 minutes. But like I said, gotta check to make sure they're not sticking. They're looking pretty good. Oops, sorry. So you just want to turn them over. Let them brown on each side. Okay, they're doing really good. Depending on your stove, you might want to cut your fire down a little and then cover them back up. And maybe in about 5 minutes, we'll give them another check. Because of the type of skillet I'm using, I'm not letting it go exactly to 5 minutes. What I want to do is, now that they're browning really good, I want to start adding in some of the other ingredients. So at this point, I'm going to start adding in some onion, some chopped onion, regular white chopped onion. And you can add as much as you like. Some people like a lot of onion, some people don't. Now I'm going to cut my fire down a little lower now. So now I'm going to put it on medium low. And I'm going to add some more onion. Like I said, you can put a little onion or you can put a lot of onion. You can even add bell pepper if you choose to. Now I'm going to put some seasoning in here. And we already know what those seasonings are. Right? There they are right there. So I'm going to add the seasoning off camera because it's actually to your liking. So it's no measurements. It's however much you feel you want in your smothered potatoes, okay? Okay, that's how mine look with the seasoning. So I'm just going to mix it up in here. And then we still have to mix up the cilantro, the garlic, and the green onions. I'm going to mix that in another pan and cook that together. And then I'm going to mix it over into this pan. So I'll show you how we're gonna do that, okay? Next part of the ingredients for the smothered potatoes, I just put a half a cup of oil in this nonstick pan. And I'm going to put the green onion and garlic in here and saute it. I'm just going to saute this. Once the garlic gets nice and brown and cooked up, then I'm going to add the cilantro. So I'll come back and let you see what it looked like before I add the cilantro. Okay, I'm going to just let this brown for maybe 1 or 2 more minutes. Just keep stirring. And then we'll add that cilantro in here and let it cook down. And then we'll add it into the other pan with the smothered potatoes. Now in the meantime, make sure your smothered potatoes is on a really, really low fire. Okay, so they can just be hot and nice and ready for this second part of the recipe. So I'm going to go on and add the cilantro now, and I'll be back. You just want to keep mixing this until the cilantro is cooked almost dry. So after you add the cilantro, just keep stirring and mixing it for maybe a good 5 minutes. And then we're going to go and put it over in the other pan, okay? Maybe about 5 to 7 minutes. So I'm going to finish this and then I'll be back. Okay, this is what it should look like. Now I'm going to dump it over into the pan. Well, I'm not going to dump it. I'm going to place it over into the potatoes over here. And I'll show you what it looked like when I finish. Okay, we have it on top. So we're going to just mix that on in. In the meantime, your potatoes should have been just simmering. So I'm going to mix this in, and then I'm going to show you what it looked like in the end, and we're going to give it a name. It's a nice name. Okay, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to let this just simmer with the lid on it for about maybe 5 minutes, just to let all the seasonings cook in together. And I'll come back and give you the name of this beautiful dish. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Nice and hot. Okay, so here's the name. Rated GP. Okay, that's the name of these smothered potatoes. Thank you for rolling with BJ tonight. Have a great evening. Come back and visit my channel anytime. Hope you find some of these recipes very tasty. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and share the videos with your friends. Thank you again and have a wonderful evening.